Hello everyone, and welcome to the K-means clustering project overview lecture. In this lecture, we'll get a brief overview of the K-means clustering project. I'm going to go ahead and hop to the notebook now. Alright, here I am at the notebook. As a quick note, you can find this notebook under the Machine Learning Sections folder under the K-means clustering folder. For this project, we're going to attempt to use K-means clustering to cluster universities into two groups. Now we'll actually know that these universities in the dataset are already in two labeled groups, private universities and public universities. But we're going to see if K-means clustering can actually, using an unsupervised method, figure out the two distinctions between the universities. Again, it's very important to note that we actually have labels for this dataset, but we will not use them for the K-means clustering algorithm. The algorithm will work without any labels, since it's an unsupervised learning algorithm. That means when you're using the K-means algorithm under normal circumstances, it's because you don't have those labels. In this case, we have the advantage of the labels, so we can try to get an idea of how well the algorithm performed. But you don't usually have this for K-means. So keep that in mind, as towards the end of this project we have a classification report and confusion matrix, but that doesn't actually make sense for a real-world setting, because in a real-world setting, if you're using an unsupervised learning algorithm, you're not going to have labels to actually conduct a classification report or a confusion matrix. We just have the luxury of that information to get an idea of how well K-means clustering can actually work. Now, in this data, we're going to use a data frame with 777 observations with quite a few variables, and you can see the list of 18 variables here. The target variable is private, which is just a factor of yes or no, indicating whether or not it's a private or public university, and then a bunch of features of that university, such as how much it costs, how many PhD faculties they have, etc. And again, this is the label, which the K-means clustering algorithm will never actually see. Then you'll go ahead and just go along, import, get the data, explore it a bit. You'll make some visualizations in the exploratory data analysis section using Seaborn or whatever visualization libraries you prefer. And then you'll go ahead and continue on till you get to the K-means cluster creation section of the project, and then you'll have this evaluation. And again, there's no perfect way to evaluate clustering if you don't have the labels. Since this is just an exercise, we will have the labels, so we'll take advantage of this. But keep in mind, in the real world, you won't usually have that luxury. Okay, I hope you enjoy the project. It's pretty interesting. And I will see you at the next lecture where we'll begin to go over the solutions to this project. Thanks everyone, and I'll see you at the next lecture.